It's Yu-Gi-Oh time! Hello, welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. Today we're gonna have a look at Master Duel and the EX0 Festival. What does that even mean? Introduction. This is like the new festival we're having, the new event we're having in the game of Master Duel, where you can farm tons and tons of gems if you do it right. And I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you how to do it. So, what does the event even do? You can't play an extra deck. What does that mean? What's the best deck? Well, let's have a look at the loner deck. Konami is very straightforward with this one. They once again limited some cards from True Garbo. They limited some Eldritch cards, so you can still play that, but you know, they severely nerfed that, or you have to build it differently. It's still on the table. We're not here for that today. So what are you gonna play? What are you gonna play? You wanna play Adventure like everybody else? Oh boy, Adventures come out. This is like basically Konami saying like, oh, you should really try this deck. It's really good. So buy the packs. So Adventure, it's consistent AF and whatever. Oh, you want to play Flunder? You can play Flunder. It's gross. I don't know. It has cool artwork though. I like the artwork of Flunder, but everything else... well, at least this loner deck doesn't have Shifter. But if you have all these cards, you can just build Flunder Adventure and be that guy. And then there's also my China deck, which I don't care. Who cares? Is anybody playing that? If you play this deck, raise your hand. I don't mean to talk trash about you. Actually, I command you. If you look at the other two, like, kind of meta decks and you're like, I'm not playing this garbage. I'm playing with China, like a chat. Machada. Anyway, why am I here? To tell you what I'm playing. What I'm doing with these events is always like, I look at some of my pet decks. I look at like, what can I play? I play like Thunder Dragon, I play Alistair, the Invoker, which I normal summon, and then I do things. And yeah, I play like Cyber Dragon in the Xyz event, but I looked at this event and I was like, I don't really have a pet deck to play. And when I don't really have anything of that, my brain just goes back to like, Unga Bunga, let's play Kaijus and Magnoids. Yes. Also, anti-meta. Because, as I was saying, everybody's going to play Flunder. Well, there's like probably like the 5-10% who are cooler than that, and they won't play Flunder. Or Adventure, or both. So, for the rest of it, for the vast majority of this event, and I had a couple of matches already, and it's been Flunder, Flunder, Flunder all the time, Flunder Adventure, one or the other, or both. It's just like, hands down. That's gonna be the matchup most of the time, and my deck is just gonna say like, fuck out of here. Get that trash out of here. So we're playing anti-meta Magnoids and Kaijus, I forgot, whatever. Ash Blossom, I don't run Maxi because again, the Flunders, they don't really special summon themselves. We got the Token Collector, because if they summon a token, you're gonna collect it, and they can't play any more tokens. So the entire adventure thingy is just out the window. Oh, I can't have token. I smell a scoop. They're leaving. They're leaving. Token collector, get the fuck out of here. Artifact Lancia, same thing for the Flunders. Oh, me Flunder, me banish. Lancia. I just got to the point where I just kind of shotgun this when I have it in my hand. By the way, this is a turn 2 deck. Very important. But anyway, your opponent goes, you're just gonna shotgun Lancia, and they're just like, me no banish, me no play, leave. Win, easy. Simple as that. Magnoid Blue Sky, special summon, search 2 more Magnoids with different names, that's why you have 4 different names. Then we got the Kaiju. The Kaiju lineup doesn't really matter that much. I got the 2 Kamungas because it's a funny name. I got the Dino Wrestler Pankatrops because it's good going turn 2, and it's a 1 for a reason. I got the 1 Dogoran because it's an ultra rare and I pulled it, so I flexed it. Speaking of flexing, I got 2 Gamma Seals, 1 in the Royal Finish. And then we got the other Magnoid, which I just have in here for the name. However, there's like an interesting kind of like side effect of Magnoid in Neo Eclipse, which is not really the effect itself, because like it has the quick effect that I can switch zones, right? Which doesn't really do anything other than, you know, opening up some zones. It doesn't protect itself. It doesn't really help with that. However, it's a quick effect. As such, it's one of these things where whenever your opponent does something, you will have a delay, and they will like, do they have a Maxi? Do they have like an Imperm? Oh no, what do? Do I play around it? And it's just like the stupid Indigo clips on the field. They're just like, I'm not doing anything. But yeah, other than that, one more thing. We got the Comangos and the Gamma Seal. Because they give your opponent the Cum Seal. Because your Mech Knights aren't really that hard. They're not really that tough. You got the 2-5 defense. And you got the 2-5 attack. And then you got the Dino Wrestler with the 2-6. Right? If you don't have enough kaijus, you always want to give them the smaller ones. That's why you're running more of those. So at least you can hit over it or defend yourself with the Mech Knights or the Pank. Because you don't really want to give your opponent the Dogoran or the other guys, the Thunder King and the Jizz, the Kuro. So yeah, we got the Cum, we got the Seal, we got a Giant Dino and Jizz. Not monetized probably anymore. Kaiju Slumber, we run this as a 2 because I think 3 is too bricky. Then we got the pot of these Zyres, these nuts. Because most of it you're running at 3 and the Kaiju ratio doesn't matter as long as you still have Kaijus. Unless you banish all of them, then the game is over anyway. But Twin Twister, I won this at 2. I was thinking Duster, but Duster is not really effective against the entire adventure stuff. You want to pop this. Although if you go in turn 2, it's not that relevant, I guess. But still, if you're... depends on the situation. I still prefer Duster over... I still prefer Twister over the Duster. Because it can clear the adventure stuff. We run the Cult by the Grave because it's a good card. And also you're playing Desires. You don't want this to be ashed. The Forbidden Droplet at 2. Because it has 2 reasons. Because it negates monster effects, duh. But other than that, also like it makes your opponent's monster smaller, which you're probably gonna need because your monsters aren't that big. Then we have the Emperor, because I like this card. And finally the 4 cards. The last 4 cards in the deck. This could be anything. I really was just like, I'm just gonna add like good traps, and that's it. I mean, I want to have back row because I'm running the Mech Knights. What you could also do here, Anti-Spell Fragrance is also an idea, which I played around with, but I was like, no, I want something a little bit more active. But Anti-Spell Fragrance could also work because you're playing the Mech Knights and whatnot. So that's another idea already. Also to cut your opponents off, well, slow them down at least with the Adventurers. But that's obviously the turn 1 cards, and I'm running Skill Drain because it's a good card, and I don't care. None of my monsters on the field have an effect. Well, they do, but it doesn't really matter that much, so. And yeah, Solemn Strike, because... Special Summon? No. Effects? No. Just, it's a good card. Good card. Also, another thing that you could run, I tried this before by hand, but it's too bricky. But, again, very funny against the Flunder matchup. Imperial Iron Wall. Neither player can banish cards. Funny. Anyway, that's the deck profile. That's the no fun for meta decks deck profile. If you're not playing against the meta deck, this is probably going to be a bit rough. But I mean, that's why you have the Skill Drains and the Solemn Strikes, just like generically good cards. Again, if you want to run into back row decks, you still have the Twisters at least for that. So it's just like, yeah. We're just going against the meta. We're just going against the majority because we're cool and edgy like that. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever the Mech Knights want.